How's it hangin', Squip aliens? I'm IRDM, and as you may already know, this is Squip.
Right.
Ah! It's a zombie! Oh wait, that's just Sinblitz. How you doing, man? How's the efficiency curse treating you?
Pretty well. I'm still alive in EWOW, so the curse hasn't taken me down yet.
Awesome to hear. Thanks for taking some time out of your busy brain-eating schedule to come help me host Squip 4. For those of you who don't know, the prompt last time was, give a 1-star review for an item or business. A total of 138 contestants responded this round, meaning the top 69, nice, will survive, and the bottom 69, also nice, will lose a life. We got a VPR of 39.76, which is exactly the same as last time. Hey, at least it didn't go down. Good job to the following super voters. Just a Toad BB, Dry Ruins, Not Goatman, A Random Contestant, OG Frag, Stealthy Septile, J-Dude, Connor the Gamer, Thick Ant, Strenatos, Great Golden Goat, Solar Azu, Average User 11, Andrew 17426, Word Nerd Bird, Kpan 400, Melon Slice, Cyan OSC 13858, Fargield Alt, I Am Stonebone, who gets a super special double shoutout because I forgot to write him down last round. I Am Stonebone, Rarson, Shimmering Stars, Jokingly Evil 56952, Helios Axitro, Raziki, PC36 Thorn, Yo Master 8763, Imaginary Neon, Mazwat 6381, Willwham 123456778, Siktoabu, Frozen Noob, Sidayu I guess, and as always, Natural Splatnadian Enemy 1234568. Also, I promised to give a shout out to this, so the winner of the Squip Hunger Games was Cow Heaven. Congratulations, and thanks to Goatman for hosting. Without further ado, let's get to the Squip 4 leaderboard. Now, last episode, when I was going through the statistics, I pointed out the fact that 4 different people had prized in every single round. Against all odds, 2 of them managed to prize again, bringing their streak up to 4. The first of those people is Chad, who snags his first round victory with the response, the Rubik's Cube packaging said 3 times 3, only 1% can solve. The answer is obviously 9. Did a kindergartner make this? The response was so strong that it cleared everyone else by over 4%, which is much larger than the 1% gap we had last time. So many congratulations to Chad. You're an EWOW alumni in my heart. Next up, snacking silver and a much-needed extra life to bring herself back up to 2, is Clover Pepsi, with the response, sick of 3D printers, so I ordered this 2D one instead. False advertising. It's as 3-dimensional as every other printer. And in third, we have one of our amazing super voters, Stren:3, who said, bought an inflatable pool. It arrived deflated. Instructions said, blow up yourself. I ain't taking threats from a pool. In fourth place, we have the other quadruple prizer, Sable, and in fifth, we have Leopard Sun, who said, why would you call it bug spray? It doesn't even spray out bugs. I wanted my bugs. In seventh, Melon Slice said, this thesaurus is useless. No words can describe my disappointment. I'm angry, maybe even mad. In fact, I'm angry. In eighth, Voy said, very unhelpful employees. Never showed me directions to the exit. Local escape room reviewer. In ninth, our previous second placer manages to prize again with the nuclear power company commissioned me to advertise their reactor. Today, the doctor told me I was paid in exposure. In 12th, Solar Azu made a delightful vexillology joke. Got an American flag for a couple bucks. Only had 1 star. What happened to the other 49 states, Liberia? In 13th, my good friend Scrunch, operating under the name The Incident, makes a very solid milk joke. And rounding out the prize zone, we have Goobry, who said she returned her t-shirt because it had a hole, and the snarky cashier told her it actually had 3. She hates topologists. Just barely missing out on prizing is the unlucky one-lifer, the Squip Lunch Lady, who lost their free trial access after making 23 alternative accounts. Word Nerd Bird ordered a 19 candle and received a 61 instead, and Vera Karas said, this video game's unrealistic. Mario smashes bricks and coins emerge. I demolished my neighbor's brick house, yet no money appeared. In 17th, KP said, terrible cake recipe. By the way, I substituted salt for sugar and chalk for flour and petrol for... In 20th, we have my personal favorite response of the round, which comes from Dry Ruins, saying, 1 out of 10, the sushi was awful, terrible service. They even interrupted me eating. All you can eat buffet my foot. The Baltimore Aquarium. In 21st, J-Dude said, searched for the meaning of life, but only found the period from birth to death? Thanks, dictionary, I'm still depressed. Golden Goat goes to jail for drug possession, Chicken Lee goes to jail for public nudity, and Barbarian Gamer goes to jail for destruction of property. In 28th, Surimi has the second shortest surviving response with, mattress firm? I thought the mattresses were supposed to be soft. And in 30th, we have my co-host, again. Why do my co-hosts keep surviving? I need to start killing my co-hosts or the viewers are going to get suspicious. Sinblitz, I have to kill you.
Can you not kill me?
No, it's for fairness. I have to.
Please? Wait, RDM, what are you doing with that knife?
Get over here! Okay, he got away. Whatever. In 31st, we have Intersecting Planes, who said, exceptionally horrible room service. The entire place was flooded, yet staff said that's normal? What? 1 star, Great Barrier Reef. In 35th, the Axolotl said, found this awesome festival with banger choral music. However, the crowd remained silent. Only I cheered loudly. Never revisiting church. In 41st, Mario fans said, my Mona Lisa replica was broken into 500 pieces, and the box said, assemble me? Total scam. Wouldn't recommend puzzlesforlife.com. Right below him, Stealthy Septile said, microwave defective. As a microorganism, I expected tidal waves for radical serving tricks. Instead, I just got boiled to death. Then in 45th, I Pink Bunny said, so apparently throwing a bag of purported lifesavers at somebody on fire does not save them. Curious. Chicory Fiber made a pretty clever joke about radioactive decay. Xynthia said, just read that one yourself. And Surf woke up from a coma without realizing Radio Shack wasn't a thing anymore. In 51st, a random contestant finally escapes the choke scrape region with a Red Bull joke. In 56th, Cat with a K in it accidentally fed people extinguisher foam. And in 61st, Faux Fox got shot. But not like that. Now, once again, we have come to the fateful moment where the choke and scrape must be announced. Only 8 safe spots are remaining. Oh, hi, Stonebone. So if you haven't been revealed yet, get scared! The final person to land in the safety region in round 4 of Squip is... Swa, who summoned Satan himself at work. My condolences to the MJK world, who was on 1 life and was just 0.7% away from surviving, getting his safety denied by someone with all 3 lives left. But I suppose this is cosmic justice for getting the other end of the deal in EWOW 14. Oh well. If you haven't seen your name yet, unfortunately that means you've lost a life. If you have an X next to your name, that means you've lost your final life and are now eliminated. Thank you so much for contributing to this fun project, and I wish you the best in your future comedic endeavors. Sinblitz, will you do the honors of reading off some of the zestiest responses in the death region?
Sure, I already am. Birdboy73 says, Amazon. They failed to give me something as simple as a bomb. Called the police on me. They're so mean. The Golden Goat says, I actually thought that having a rat as a chef was a cool gimmick. Turns out, the rat was French. Ribosphere says, never using the liberal Dayquil again. That crap made me woke. Natalie Shark Fanatic 5610 says, had to break and enter through multiple vacant houses to get what I wanted. Is IKEA even a store? A Faster Slowpoke says, this restaurant is so terrible that my burger grew legs and walked out of the restaurant. How the absolute frick? The Poopy Joke says, I ordered plutonium, Ultra Express delivery. Thankfully, I was out of town. They're all dead now. 1 star, would not buy again. Elijah says, I wanted a slider while in the Washington DC area, but they arrested me because of trespassing government property. Frozen Moths says, I kept seeing people saying, I want to bleach my eyes, so I tried it. Do not. I am blind now. Sick Dawabu says, where are the waiter's manners? 3 of them blocked my way to the bathroom when I said excuse me. Lashana Ball says, review from XX Broth Enjoyer 57 XX for Warner Bros. Entertainment. The brothers didn't even make me broth. No broth, no entertain. 3 stars. Pinkman says, this Minion branded shampoo started bleeding out of its eyes and reciting ancient texts. 0 out of 10, 1 star. Kylia M continues the age-old trend with a response that reads, drugs. Yoshi Pipe says, 1 star, your car smells. And finally, just 2 places below Kylia M, Snowfake says, drugs.
Alright, that's all the sillies. My major condolences to Pinkman. The Minion shampoo response was by far my favorite dying response. And to Siktawabu and Lashana Ball, who died because voters were dumb and stinky and didn't get the joke. Or were so pedantic that they voted it down for saying 3 stars instead of 1 star. If you did that, I personally hate you and everything you stand for. Sadly, we must move on to statistics! Yay! As you may expect, the guy who's prized every round and got first place today is the current NR frontrunner. But hot on Chad's tail, trailing by only 3%, is Sable. And the other 2 triple prizers are still in the top 10, so they're not out of the game yet. Also worth noting, we have a new highest 2-lifer, 2016 BMW i8, who had an uncharacteristic performance this round that just peeked into the death zone. And our highest contestant to never prize is no longer Stealthy Septile. He's been barely passed by former co-host Intersecting Planes. And also Sandstorm. Moving down the board a little, we can see that our highest 1-lifer is now H2 Ocean, who's had 2 quite unfortunate performances after their double prize. Right below them is Just a Toad BB, who is our lowest performing flatliner, and a few spots later we see Solarazu and Leopard Sun, our lowest 3-lifers. One thing I forgot to mention last time is our lowest rated 2-lifer. You guys might be familiar with this person, as she recently had a very adorable picture of her drawn by Lemon Venom. It's Clover Pepsi. Look at that. If current trends continue, she's forecasted to score approximately 140% next round, or negative 34th place. Hooray! Clover Pepsi is one of only 4 contestants to achieve the full rainbow, placing in the death, survival, and prize zones, while also DNPing in one round. The others are Dylan Moore Squared, Siktawabu, and Mama. Our highest placing dead contestant was the truly unlucky Feeble, and our lowest placing living contestant is Yoshi Pipe. You're the efficiency champion now. Don't follow in Eddie Man Curly's footsteps, okay? Also, if you're wondering why the upgrader lost all of his lives, it's because he asked one of his friends to come and vote him up. Don't cheat, kids! Flipping over to consistency, things look about as you might expect. Chad has overthrown Stonebone in the standard deviation category as well, and everyone up here is a 3-lifer except for the hilarious outlier of our random contestant, who manages to survive by a hefty 13% this time around. Send your thoughts and prayers, guys. On the opposite end, our wildest survivor is now Mama, with our other rainbow contestants unsurprisingly appearing just a few spots higher. Marbles manages to make the bottom 5 despite having remarkably consistent performance, simply because of his round 1 DNP. The only 2 people on this list who have never DNP'd are Sorty in 104th and Lashana Ball in 115th. If we flip the list to only display those who've never DNP'd, we get a slightly different story. Look at that! Inconsistent 3-lifers! Godspeed, Springy Mint and Stren. The most voted responses were Arganth and TV.Wev, and the least voted were Yoshi Pipe and Monochrome. Due to the prevalence of supervoters, there's hardly a difference between the two. This round, we've got quite the statistical anomaly. The most controversial response was also the most controversial surviving response, and was also the shortest surviving response. Anthony Sucks at Gaming's laconic 1 star, water did not come with bottle, is an elegantly simple joke that I find quite charming. 2 spots below, the most controversial prizing response came from Stonebone and The Incident. The least controversial response was Zynthia's 500-word DRP by a landslide. I mean, look at that, dude. Second place got a standard deviation of 19%, and Cynthia got 2. The voter rating distribution is just hilarious. Not a single person voted it higher than 10%. For anyone who's curious, this was the full text. I can't seem to find any instances of it online, so I think they actually did just come up with it themselves. My humble request as Squip host is that we make this the season's copy pasta. Anyway, that was of course the longest response, and the longest surviving response was Mazuat's Coke Zero joke. Also, you know how I said that last round would probably be the only round with duplicate responses? I was wrong. Thanks, Snowfake and Kylia M. I'm sure Egglet is saluting you from the great beyond. And sadly, today is the day I must say goodbye to one of my family members. While my mom had the best performance any of them have had so far, my sister placed in the bottom 5 and lost her final life. It's been a month since the last episode, which means she's probably already forgotten about this anyway, so don't feel too bad. But I will miss her. Okay, moping over. Here's your round 5 prompt. Invent something that solves a problem in an unusual way. Your word limit is 20, and the due date is Sunday, July 5th at 7:26 p.m. EDT. Here are your example responses. Oh, and also we're going to be implementing life decay once we reach 100 contestants. This means if you're at 3 lives, you'll be brought down to 2 lives and receive a DRP in exchange. The same thing will happen down to 1 life once we reach 50 contestants. Thanks once again to the Hurgly Skirgly Lemon Venom for making all the art for this episode. Thanks for the first time to Jokingly Evil for providing some of the background music. And oh no, is that a bomb?